I'm conscious.
Now what?
How you be?
Peace and love, brother BuBBa. Let's play.
What's happening, brother?
Everything, man. Simultaneously. Catch me up, brother. What's been going on in your world?
I've been busier than a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest. You know, when your dream starts happening, and it seems that everything starts flowing faster and faster and faster.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way it's working in my world anyway. And your world's the same way. Look how busy you are today. Look at the things you're playing with that you didn't have 6 months ago. Look around you and look at the ones you're interacting with, the ones that you get to sit down and video record and put on your website. Look at all these different energies you're playing in.
It's incredible, man. Incredible.
Well, every time we get these waves of energy, something shifts. And it seems to me, I could be wrong, but you can see what I'm saying. We get in this thing where we're at a rushed elevation or more expansion really fast, and then it plateaus a little bit so we can breathe in it and kind of acclimate to the energy we're sitting in. And then all of a sudden here comes another wave and expand a little more and a little more with every wave. And in each one of these waves, it seems to me that there's more information brought forth freely. But, you know, I could be wrong in all this. Maybe I'm the only one experiencing this, but from the way I've interacted with you and Don and several others in my circle, it seems that we're all having our dreams come true simultaneously, but they're interacting in ways that we can't comprehend.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. It's beyond comprehension of this brain that we have. This you know what I've learned to do, brother BuBBa, is just let it play out. You know, just surrender to the energy and just let it play out, you know.
Well, that's what I said. Yeah. You're saying the same thing I'm saying. I say don't get in your own way.
There you go.
Don't get scared, and maybe that thing you think you're scared of is not really fear, but excitement of the change or the newness of what you're experiencing.
Now, brother BuBBa, I read one of your posts in the Facebook group, and you said that the frequency had just changed. I think, was it 222? I read one of the posts, and it really got me excited. Was it 555?
It was 222 in the morning.
Yeah.
When it shifted, and it shifted hard, dude. It shifted hard, and it felt like a release and a recapture, or a completion of a circle, if you will. That's what it felt like. But today I've noticed that the cell towers are emitting a new frequency.
Care to elaborate?
Well, it's a different frequency than they normally put out. It's like something to counteract this energy that hit at 222 then the other morning. The cell towers are putting off a frequency to try to counteract it. It's almost the same, but it's not the same. It's a feeling, and it's a repressing things, and I call them the Fruit Loops, and it's keeping the Fruit Loops in the bowl. It's keeping the Fruit Loops from shifting somewhat. They're shifting, but they don't know what to do with it, so they're getting fruitier in it.
I see. So this could be the cause of some of the awakening souls becoming a little confused and not really know what's going on in this change.
I got up this morning when it kicked in. I got up discombobulated. I had to get in a tub of water and get grounded in it.
Yeah. Maybe that's what I went through about a week ago too. Yeah.
It could be. I mean, they've been bouncing this thing the way I'm feeling it, the way I'm seeing it. a new energy will come in, and then something man-made comes in behind it.
Exactly.
And I don't know for sure if it's man-made or from the ticks. I call the archons ticks.
The archons, yeah, yeah.
Blood-sucking bastards, so they're just ticks.
Yeah.
That's the way I see them anyway.
I get a lot of...
What the hell do I know, man? I'm out here playing in something that most days I don't comprehend, and then I get clarity on it. But you know me, I'm kind of vocal about it, and me putting my experience out there, maybe others will listen and open their head too, because the more we do this, the more we speak of our dreams, the more energy it gets fed. There'll be those that are jealous of you for getting your dream, but that's also energy for you to use. And the more you play in your dream and the more you speak about it, the faster it comes into fruition. It's a numbers game. The more you put it out there, the more energy is received around it. The more you talk about your dream, others feed it energy. They literally do, whether it's jealousy, envy, or just stupefied aptitude. It's energy. They're feeding your dream because you're so passionate about talking about it. You're attempting to assist the others in talking about your dream, giving them the visual excuses to do what you're doing. But most won't see it that way. They'll think you're bragging.
Right.
So how do you change the speech pattern coming from you to where you're not bad or at bragging, but you're just simply amazed and grateful for it?
It's funny you should say that.
We all know.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Bubba.
We all know we're speaking a slave language.
True.
And maybe in the way we're placing our words, we're creating jealousy instead of assisting.
That's a great point. That's a great point.
But when you know, it's kind of like the software thing you just received. You're grateful as hell you got it the way you got it.
Oh.
And I know that. I can feel that.
Yeah.
But maybe the words you're using are not the best words to describe what you're experiencing, and you're creating envy and jealousy from others just by being so amazed.
True.
I'm just throwing out hypothetical things here. I mean, the people I walk in the circles of, they're grateful that I'm experiencing what I'm experiencing, except for 3 or 4, and they're very, very envious. But all I do is sit around and wonder and ask questions and laugh about it.
Right. Right. Well, I just love your perspective on things, because you've made what I would call work play for me now. And I'm glad I downloaded that from you. I just don't take things as serious as I used to. It's like I'm playing in my own imagination, and what's really, excuse my language, what's really fucking me up in a good way is to see these things from my imagination in the non-physical realms become physical right here, like that.
Yeah, man. But think about it. All we did in our interactions is get your brain from expectation to wonderment. Instead of being so damn sure how it's going to show up, now you just wonder how that's going to show up just because you're grateful to experience what you're experiencing.
Right.
And it shows up in the craziest ways, and it makes you laugh every time it shows up because you couldn't have dreamed it that way.
Exactly. That's a part of the game. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
And then when you understand it is a game.
Yes, it is.
But the game playing got beat out of us in our misdirected education and our belief systems.
Come on now. Come on now.
The thing you believe the most, you better question that, because that may be keeping you right where you're at.
Exactly.
You know, once you started walking in the astral planes and getting some semblance of understanding of what you were playing in, you still didn't know where the hell you was going, but you were getting an understanding of how to play in it. Then clarity came in where you can play, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And the less you took it serious, the less it freaked you out, the more you can play in it, correct?
Correct.
But when you took it serious, you weren't creating what you're creating now.
No, my whole expectation was different. I was expecting things to manifest a certain way. And when they didn't, it didn't exist to me. I couldn't receive all of the manifestations that was already right around me. It was like my astral vision wasn't activated, kind of. So I couldn't see that everything that I was manifesting in my mind was right here.
Yeah. It was just waiting on you to step out of the way and receive it.
Exactly.
Because you expected it to be there this way.
Exactly.
And then when you got the hell out of your own way, then you let it do the magic that it is. It showed up in the way that it has to show up to keep you childlike and childish.
Exactly. And the best example for our listeners that's going to be listening to this podcast is I've been waiting for Brother BuBBa for years. But I was expecting Brother BuBBa to show up a certain way. I had no idea that this guide of mine that I always ask for, show me my guides. I need my guides right now because I knew I was ascending. I had no idea it would be somebody by the name of BuBBa Dumbass up in the mountains. Yeah, I would have missed it.
See, I'm also a student, my friend. I'm not just a guide. All I'm doing is bouncing my perspective, my ideas, my childlike ways, your way. And in some of our interactions, it went over your head at first, and then something come in and bit you in the ass and said, oh, wait, I'm overcomplicating this shit.
Right. Right.
Because, I mean, think about it. All the videos you watch, all of the things you listen to, the human and its ego overcomplicates it. Says you got to do it this way. And me, I play in the earth. I play in the dirt. And the dirt does its thing, but it never does it the same way because the energies are different every day. The plants do the same thing. I watch these plants, they'll grow up, then they'll quit. That's a plateau. That means they have to grow down in order to support more up.
Right. Hey, BuBBa. BuBBa, keep talking for a minute. I got to go grab one of these crazy bulldogs. The neighbor got the tractor going. He going to go right through this gate, man. Just keep talking to the audience for 1 minute. I'll be right back. I'll be right back, brother.
See, that's what you get for playing with the beast. They're smarter than you and me. They know that tractor is an irritant to the trees. But he's recording all of this, and I'm just wondering, and you guys can add to it. You can do whatever you do, but I reduce it down to the simple things, the simple basic elements that we exist in, that we are made of. And if you understand you're the 5 elements, you're then got to wonder what the 5th one has to bring to this. Well, the 5th one is the life force energy that you are existing in. It's the ethers, it's the air, it's the sunlight, it's everything that's around you that you can't comprehend on anything more than a feeling level. Some of us can see it, some of us can hear it, some of us can feel it, some of us, there's so many ways to play in this. And each one of us are uniquely different, yet we're uniquely the same because we're made of the same shit. Elements, that's what we're made of. So when you reduce you down to the basic elements, what in these elements do I need to shift in order to have the life that I choose? The basic thing to change is a thought. Because if you can't change a thought, you can't change your existence.
That's true.
And changing a thought in you changes the water in you, which is a basic element. True?
True.
All right, you're mainly water. But I'm here to tell you, you're not really mainly water. You're mainly element number 5, which is received through the water. The eye ethers. The eye ethers are giving you this antenna you're sitting in. You're simultaneously sending and receiving. But if you're not in your heart space, you're sending shit. And shit is a waste byproduct of the things that you ingest. So if you reduce you down to the basic elements, knowing water can be changed with a thought and your spoken word, and the spoken word is air, which is another basic element, and it's all connected to the ethers, which is 3 basic elements. The fire, it comes from your belly. It's called your passion. And then you got about 5 pounds of dirt in you that makes your crystalline structure activate to send and receive. So you're only 5 basic elements, but your beliefs and your misdirected education put you in the bathtub full of water with a drain stopper in it. So
Wow.
you got to drain the misdirected education and drain the beliefs in order to find you in all this. That's what I've reduced it down to. It's kind of like flushing the toilet every time you sit down and question a belief.
Okay. I got that one.
Well, think about it. When you question a belief, it affects you on such a cellular level that everything you thought you knew about one certain thing changes because you questioned what you believe. Why did you believe it? Where did it come from? Is it mine? Or is it cellular? Is it a process that I'm carrying generationally? Is it a process that's carried on and passed on through the water in the cells from many generations?
Right.
So I don't get caught up in the drama of it. I'm like, okay, what do I flush out the toilet today in order to expand more? If that makes sense.
Makes total perfect sense. I'm all about expansion right now. Expanding.
Well, that's what when these energies come in like this, they're expansion, they're creative energies. They're expanding your awareness. They're expanding everyone and everything on the planet's awareness. Literally, figuratively, and any other way you want to look at it. It's literally doing that. It's expansion at its greatest. But you've got to be willing to question your beliefs and your existence in it. What do I bring to the table in this?
Right.
Because I'm part of it. What do I bring to the table in it?
Right.
I'm a tiny little part of it, but what am I creating in it? What am I bringing to the table in it? Me, I bring more questions. What is it? If I'm doing this and this is doing that, what am I affecting in this? If I can stay in my space, what am I projecting in this? But if I get out of the moment and get out of the now, it all changes. Am I going back to where I visited yesterday, or have I left that alone where it's supposed to be and just took the lesson with me? You've experienced a lot in the time you've been here. You've learned to overcome your fears, or some of them.
Yeah.
The thing you feared the most controlled you the most.
That's right.
So I ask this, is this my fear, or is it someone else's that I'm experiencing? Because I'm connected to all this.
Right.
I'm connected to the collective.
Right.
And we are part of the collective. I mean, every time you look at someone or something, it's just a reflection of you.
That's right. That's right.
Do what?
I say you absolutely right, man, about that.
Well, the more we recognize that, then the greater we can create. Literally. the more we recognize anything that I see is just a reflection of me, because it's my hologram. It's what I see. Nobody else can see it the way I can. Nobody can see it the way I can. Just like what you're sitting in. Nobody can see it the way you can.
Exactly.
We can share in the commonalities of what we're experiencing, and we can attempt to express it verbally this way, but you get it more from the energy we sit in than the words that we say.
That's so true. That's so true. And I've learned with these new abilities that I've activated from this energy that's coming in to not so much focus on what individuals speak with that tongue, but to feel the energy from, how can I explain this in English, but to sit in the energy field that they're projecting while they're speaking these pitches, tones, frequencies, and vibrations. And that's how I'm able to siphon out my version of what I call things that are not beneficial for me based on the frequency than what they're saying.
Well, I call that true wisdom. True wisdom is to sit and watch something happen and know you choose not to experience that.
Exactly.
Listening to someone else speak and know you choose not to experience that. I call that true wisdom. You take that lesson without experiencing it.
Exactly.
So the more I become the observer in this, the more I learn from true wisdom.
Exactly.
Me, I'm enjoying the place you're in. I'm enjoying the space you're in. You have less doubt than you've ever sat in. But the more you question what you're seeing, the more that doubt leaves. Because you don't have to have any expectations of it. You just let it flow in as it is.
Hey, Bubba.
You don't expect your wife to jump on every idea you got. Sometimes she'll sit back and tell you you're nuts, correct?
That's the PG version of it, what you just said.
Yeah, that's a nice way to say she's going to slap the shit out of you because it doesn't fit into her mainframe. But if she can sit in the energy of it, like you're talking about, and not hear the words, she'd jump on the bandwagon too.
Yeah.
Just because of the passion you bring to it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm nuts.
We was having breakfast this morning. We catch the sunrise and the sunsets. That's our intimate times. Yeah. And she'd say, "What's going on in that head of yours now?" And I get to talking.
Well, my question back to that would be, it doesn't make any difference what's going on in my head because it's fighting itself. The better question would be is, where am I in my heart right now?
You made me.
That don't bring you to your heart space in this moment, in a greater place of creation, especially in the gray, the day moving to night and the night moving to day. That's where the greatest creative energy is, because that's utter chaos in the light world.
You made me get my pen out. Where am I in my heart? I like that one. Space right now. That's me.
It's all about the questions you ask to bring the awareness to your heart. And the more you can bring the awareness to your heart, the greater you project. Because it brings your attention, your focal point, to your greatest transmitter ever, your heart.
A heart, that's right.
Your brain, it's confused because it's still flushing shit, and depending on what part of the world you're in, whether it flushes fast or slow. I've noticed more and more, the more I'm in the city, the more I'm in this, where there's a concentrated amount of people, I really have to check my thoughts. But when I'm out on the mountain, I sit in more bliss because there's not all this humanity around to give me this assist.
Okay. Hey, Bubba, in these last
So I have to check myself.
in these last 5 minutes I got with you, Bubba, I've taken down some questions that individuals have asked me to ask you when I get back in contact. Cause you got a little group of people you got Bubba Dumbass. I don't like to call them fans, but you have people that really love to hear you speak. And I've have 4 that I know that I promised I would ask you when I get back with you. Are you ready for them?
Knock your socks off, brother.
Okay. The main question is, why does Bubba Dumbass always recommend that we hug trees? And what benefit do we get from hugging trees?
It's your nearest living relative. Everything that is its waste benefits you. Everything that is your body's waste benefits it. It's your nearest living relative. It will ground you into the earth with no assistance. All you got to do is be willing to interact with it. It will teach you telepathy. It will purify your troubles from your heart. It will take it and send it to the earth and give you life force energy in return. It will assist you in healing yourself because it'll give you the frequency of healing in it. Watch a tree. You cut the limbs off a tree, it doesn't take it long. It quits bleeding. It heals over that scab. Well, it does it to your heart in about 15 seconds. So if you're troubled by something from the past, then you can go to the tree with it and it will transmute it to a beneficial energy for you to flush that memory out.
Okay, Lisa, I hope that answered your question. And the next question for Bubba Dumbass is from Ryan. Ryan says, Brother Bubba, what's the fastest and easiest way to ground? He's having trouble grounding. Hug a tree. Okay. Hug a tree.
Sit in the lake, sit in a tub full of water, ask the water to help you ground. The water, if you stand in a shower, will take all the energies you've been in all day and flush it down the drain. It will leave you in your own energy and the energy of water.
Okay.
The greatest thing about interacting with the trees is going to teach you telepathy. And I say telepathy, and it's a form of telepathy because once you get connected to that tree and you make the commitment to assist that tree while it's assisting you, then it's going to teach you a way to communicate that you don't know you already possess. It's going to teach you how to use it.
Okay.
You become a mind reader of sorts.
Exactly. And there's one more question. It's from Alex. And Alex, wow, is that a jet? You there, Brother Bubba?
Yeah.
That was some crazy energy right there. What was that, a jet?
There was a jet, and they kicked off that pinging thing from the tower again.
Wow. Okay, so this question is from Alex, and Alex had been told that, I'm trying to make this into a question, but it was geared towards you. He's been struggling with his shadow side. Do you believe in shadow side? And if so, what's the best way to deal with your shadow side?
Ho'oponopono.
Elaborate, please.
It's an ancient Hawaiian method to deal with your darkness inside. And we all have darkness. If we didn't have darkness, we wouldn't know the light. We wouldn't have the contrast we require in order to see. We want to set in a better energy, so to speak. So the best way to deal with your darkness is to forgive yourself because you have it. And thank you for letting me know I have this darkness. Please forgive me for wallowing in it. I'm sorry I'm doing that. I love you. And feel that energy shift over you.
That's good. That's good, Brother Bubba.
That's easy. You know me, I'm simple and easy, dude. I don't need to overcomplicate it. I don't need to put my ego in it.
Yeah.
Somewhere in all this is to assist others into finding this energy that we sit in.
Right.
And the more we can collectively get to sit in this energy, the greater it expands and sweeps the earth.
That's right.
It's not about me and you, but it is only about me and you because we can only see through our eyes. We can only feel through our piece of this perspective that we sit in. We only know what we know from some place of knowing because we can get in this energy that we're in. And all I can tell you is this. Once you learn to step into this knowing and get the hell out of your own way, your life becomes easier and you decide to play. You decide to play the game without any expectations and with heartfelt joy that you're changing this because you're attacking it with childlike bliss. And the trees teach you that because we quit climbing trees when we as kids. We get told how old we are and how brittle our bones get. Well, that's all a lie. All of it's a lie. And to the point that I'm regrowing a freaking finger, dude, and they say I can't do it.
Wow.
I'm here to tell you, you can do anything you think you can if you'll grasp onto the energy of it. This body will heal itself if you give it the right energy to play with. But you got to understand, going to the grocery stores and buying the cheapest shit you can get, that's toxic poison for the energetic antenna that you sit in.
That's right. Come on now. Come on now.
You got to know all the powers at play. They're losing, and they're losing hard. And it doesn't feel fast, but you got to understand it's happening faster than we can comprehend. But the more we sit in this energy that we're sitting in, the more we can communicate with the trees, the more we communicate with every piece of us that is this place we're in, with this body we're in, the more we change all of this existence. So why wouldn't you choose to hug a tree to find bliss? Why wouldn't you choose to hug a tree to get grounded in this? Why wouldn't you choose to do anything to open your heart antenna to get it back to its childlike place? But the easiest way, the fastest way, is to question everything you believe. If you're giving your power to some deity, then you're already operating from a misdirected mainframe.
That's right.
Because all this is a biological computer.
That's right. That's right.
The more you flush what you believe, the more your cells change to the elliptical place where they can regenerate in a faster, more efficient way. Once you learn that most of your chakras are nothing more than alien control centers, you'll learn how to get out of that space and get back to your three main energy centers that are connected to all this, because everything about us is three. Tesla and Einstein both knew that.
Hey, Bubba, you got to repeat that, man. Start with the chakras, man. That just almost made my head explode. What are the chakra systems that have been implanted in us as human beings right now?
Most of your chakras are nothing more than alien control centers.
There you go.
You're 52 alien species hybrid. That's what this antenna is. It took 52 groups of aliens to create this physical body. They were bouncing animals with us and blah, blah, blah. Finally, they protected it with thought. Thought the Atlantean, the one that everybody thinks is bad. He's not bad. He in all of his tablets and all of his teaching, he's teaching you what's controlling you, and you're controlling yourself by buying into this bullshit.
That's right. That's right, man. Man.
But,
wow.
You know, I'm just saying from my experience, and others won't experience the same thing. They won't experience the same place because they fear themselves and what they can create in it.
Mm-hmm.
You've been angry before. How'd that make you feel? You felt like shit for days and hours after for getting angry. And you weren't angry at anything other than yourself because you lost control of you.
That's right.
Okay, the more you play in this, the less you lose control of you, because you can step out of that shit that's being projected at you and say, holy crap, the mirror today is kind of dirty. What can I do to change it? Grab a bottle of Windex and hug a tree.
That's right. Write that down, ladies and gentlemen. Write these little gold nuggets he dropping. Write them down. I'm telling you, write them down.
I'm going to tell you straight up, dude. I'm going to tell you straight up. You're angry? Don't say shit to no one. Don't let nothing leave your lips. Run and hug a tree, and I guarantee you in less than a minute, your whole energy will shift. Play with it and see. Soak your head in a tub of water. Remember Grandma and Grandpa telling you that when you got pissed off when you was a kid? Boy, you better go soak your head in a bucket of water.
That's a new one for me. That's a new one. Go soak your head in a bucket of water. That's a new one.
It was, you know, I took it literal one time and tried it, damn near drowned myself. But mainly, it's about splashing water in your face and getting yourself back together. Right.
I
listened to Jerry Seinfeld speak on something the other day, and Seinfeld says he wakes up every day before he gets vertical in a pissed off mood, scared, depressed, blah, blah, blah. But once his feet hit the floor and he gets vertical, that's there no more. So just a change in elevation from the place he's laying shifts his thought forms. So what if shifting your thought forms is nothing more than getting up and moving your ass and shut your brain off? How many times you've been sitting in energy, you didn't like it, you just got up and moved away from it?
Oh, I do that maybe 15, 20 times a day.
Okay, but you learned that somehow. Somehow you learned to get up and move, made that thought change. So what if your brain's going crazy with you, you get up and move, and it changes that? Because in my world, you know, the guys that are my age, they get up there, creak, groan, and pop. I call them snap, crackle, pop, Rice Krispies. They don't learn to ask their body or talk to their body and bring the fluids about where they need them so it's lubricated. Your body's intelligent. It's an antenna. You live in all this. How in the hell you're receiving if you don't have your antenna turned on? You're receiving the shit from yesterday that you're still wallowing in. Or you're projecting into the future with expectations that don't exist. Because if it's an expectation, you have an emotional attachment to it. It's got to show up this way or I can't receive it.
Yeah.
But what if you just ask and you get the hell out of your own way and wonder how the hell it's going to show up? And in childlike exuberance, it does in the least expected way that you couldn't even comprehend. You couldn't dream up the scenarios that had to happen to make it happen. Look at me and you. How did we get to communicate like this? We both got a signal.
That's right.
You knew I was going to call, but something was blocking me from calling the day that you knew I was going to call.
Yeah.
I was trying to call.
Yeah.
It had to wait a few days to actualize.
That's right.
We were trying to rush what the universe said, nah, we got to take a little more time.
Exactly.
It has to be the perfect scenario and the energies have to line up right. But we heeded that signal. We both heeded that signal.
Right.
So we listened.
That's right.
And we acted. What if you're getting those signals all the time and you listen and you act? But if you're sitting there thinking about yesterday, what you should have done, what this and that and the other, then you're missing your signal to act right now to get up and change the thought.
That's right. Woo, that's some good meat and potatoes and gravy today. Woo!
I'm conscious.
Now what?